Okay, I've been thinking a little bit about doing an extended base camp here. I'm going to go do a little car camping, and I want to keep it minimal. Still have it fit in my car, so this is some more traditional gear that I've accumulated. Again, I buy usually pretty inexpensive gear, so I've just kind of think of not backpacking AT style or through hiking, not really the bushcrafting stuff, but this is more car camping, traditional long use gear, and most of it is, just kind of an older period style. I'm thinking like a miner's kit or a mini pioneer style gear, and there are some modern day equivalents. So just take it for what it's worth. Aluminum foil, always good when you're cooking over a fire. Some traditional gear is a canvas tarp. So I got a army type canvas tarp, a wool blanket, some rope, and my little tripod stool, which is not traditional, but I like to stay up off the ground. A little kerosene lantern with some lamp oil and a funnel, and just some padding to put around the globe when I pack it. The Swedish Army Trangia cook set. You can do an awful lot with that. Hang that over the fire. A little radio for some entertainment. Some mosquito repellent. A big flashlight. Of course, I have small flashlights and headlamps, but it's just nice to have a big flashlight if weight really isn't an issue. Dutch oven. I got the 2-quart model. Just 1 or 2 people is all I need. A little small cast iron frying pan. Some cooking utensils, tongs I really find helpful, wooden spoon, little stirring stick. I got my little cut-off spatula that I can put in there. Pan over a little bit here, make sure everything's staying in frame. My e-tool, I have 2 USGI 2-quart canteens, a box saw, 15-inch box saw. You've seen me use this before. So for tools, I just find that thing really works well. It's a Western style, not a bow saw. My little S-wing hatchet. Of course, I have a little longer axe. Little whetstone, Nicholson mill file, propane single burner stove with some extra propane, pair of leather gloves, small pair of vice grips, pair of scissors, and all of this kit fits into either this little, combination, this army or this little canvas rucksack, and I have a poncho in there too, so that's kind of one extra piece of kit, and this canvas bucket right there. I could use a plastic bucket instead. I don't know, I've just been carrying this canvas thing around so long. It's about 5 gallons, and then instead of a mule I just have a little cart here. So this would work, not necessarily on rough terrain, but it works. Really what I'm going to be doing this coming week is taking a ferry across the lake. So what I want to do is leave my car and take the ferry, and I'll have my backpack on with all my personal gear like food and clothing and shelter and water, those types of things. And then I'll just be toting this along with this canvas bucket with my little canvas tarp, and all this stuff will be in there, and that'll give me a little extended stay type kit. So just something to think out outside of through hiking and bushcrafting and those things. These are really cheap items. I mean, nothing here I spent more than $20 on. Matter of fact, most stuff is around the $15 range. The Dutch oven would be a little more expensive. That would be the exception to the rule. Everything else is $15 or under. It's not necessarily the true period type stuff that is used in Revolutionary War. I went to an encampment, and that's what kind of inspired this weekend. I went to a Rendezvous, and they have all the cool cotton canvas and all this stuff, the flintlock rifles, but I can't really afford any of that stuff. I mean, it's a dream to be able to have it. So this is just my equivalent to that. I'm sure they wouldn't let me in a Rendezvous, but kind of a hobo style, miner style kit that you'd put on a pack mule, or a canoe. This would work for a canoe camping. Okay, here it is all packed up on that little hand cart. So on the bottom I have my canvas tarp, and on top of that I have that little rucksack with my wool blanket and the Dutch oven in there, and the cast iron pot and the rope and my poncho. And up here I pretty much have my tools, my hatchet and my saw and cooking gear and the e-tool, and of course the propane's there, the lantern's in there, flashlight's in there, the extra lamp oil is in there, radio, all that stuff. My little folding chair and my canteen. I got another canteen, so I'd have a gallon of water. So kind of like a, feel kind of like a bag lady, to be honest with you. But you know, it would work. You know, when people take those ferries, you see them carrying stuff in all kinds of gear, because you don't want to pay to have your car taken over. And matter of fact, one of the islands that you go to, you can't have your car taken over, so it's everything on your back. Or, you know, if you want to pull something like that along, again, I'm not going to be hiking the Appalachian Trail with this or the Rocky Mountains. This is just get it into a quick campsite, maybe, you know, relatively low terrain or low slope terrain, decent paved, or not paved trails, but a decent trail, and you know, maybe a mile or two in. But I could do an extended base camp with that. So there it is. And of course I'd still have my backpack with me with whatever gear I have. So I'm pulling that. It probably weighs, oh man, I'd say 30, 40, 50 pounds maybe. I haven't weighed it. Well, if my scale is accurate, just a regular bathroom scale, not a digital scale, it weighs around 60 pounds, so even more than I thought. And that isn't even full of water. So if I would add water, you know, 2 pounds per quart there. But I'd have a lot of gear to last me, you know, quite a while. Of course, I could replace the hatchet with an axe, replace the back saw with a bow saw. You know, there's endless possibilities of what I could do. Bigger tarp, that's really a small tarp. I'd like a bigger one, but again, cost. But that would give me a good little miner's kit, canoe kit, whatever. Thanks for watching.